Why do you hate me? Why can't I stand and walk away? Why is it so damn hard to stay? Never single cause I got something to say. And I'm so sick of all your problems lately. You need your drama so you keep me around. If things ain't getting any better anytime soon, I'm sick and tired of being pushed around. So I keep waiting for the storm to save me when everybody wants to shut me down. And I ain't hearing one word you gotta say to me. Right now I'm trying to figure you out. When you bring me down, every time I turn around and I ask you why. Why do you hate me? Why you try changing who I am? Now why can't I make you understand? Now understand that you're always about to come to an end. No one ever gave a fuck until right now. And they're all acting like I'm giving it up. Fuck till I've been giving everything I ever had to give. Right now I'm just not giving a fuck. So what? So I keep waiting for the storm to say what? But you can bet I'm getting sick of your lies. Right now all what you gotta say to me. Now why should I even try? You bring me down every time I turn around and I ask you why. Why? You keep dragging me down, slam my face into the ground. I ask you why. Why you keep beating me? I can't take this anymore. I gotta ask you why. Why do you drag me down every time I turn around and I ask you why? Why do you hate me? Yeah, wasn't always gonna be like that. You know it's always your way. Look at your seat past that, yeah. And one day you're gonna understand that you've been burning your bridges for too long and no one cares. Now all these people that you keep by your side, and they don't know you like I do, and all these secrets that you try to hide. Chasing where I've always looked at you. You stole the knife from my back, twist the turn, and now I'm through with you. You bring me down every time I turn around and I ask you why. You keep dragging me down, slam my face into the ground. I ask you why. Why you keep beating me? I can't take this anymore. I gotta ask you why. Why do you drag me down every time I turn around and I ask you why? Why do you hate me? Well, what's happened? What's crack-a-lackin', all you peoples out here? What's up? Anybody got any thermal underwear I can borrow? Getting a little cold up here in the Enchanted Mitten, a.k.a. Michigan. Yeah, I got the heater on, sitting here with a blanket on. Woo! My nipples is hard. But anyways, what's going on out there in YouTube streets? Yeah, I was just over there in the old Dramaville panel curse channel known as OTW. Man, I'll tell you, that shit over there is just same old. Every fucking day you go to watch it. Whining ass Landry, arguing with Jack Talcott. Man, those two fucking motherfuckers, they love each other.
Jack Talcott and Landry, you two fucking little weirdos. You should hook up, get married. You're in the same neck of the woods. Yeah, Jack Talcott's in Baltimore. But hey, you guys are in love with each other, aren't you? They sure like to accuse others of being in a whacked out relationship. Talking about a couple of weirdos. Holy shit. Polly boy. Mr. fucking Words of Wisdom himself. Yeah. I figured I'd come on here and run my mouth a little bit. Anybody else got anything better to do? Time it's 12:31 Eastern Standard Time in Michigan. I don't know where you're at. Most of you guys are on the East Coast, or excuse me, on the West Coast, right? Still early for you. Yeah. Let's see the temperature is probably like 50 degrees or less right now. Oh, anybody got any news they want to tell me? I texted somebody who's really close to that jackass zebra. I want to celebrate. I know most of you probably go, you're bad, you're rotten apple news, man. How could you say that about somebody? I want to celebrate. Because I don't give a fuck. If you guys missed my previous stream, I did it live. Let me see, when did I do that live? I did it 2 days ago. The funny thing is that when I don't do a video chock full of drama, oh, finally, thanks, Dom, for that, Dom. My mouth is a little cold. I'll take a cat hug. I could use a hug. I could use a couple of hugs. Yeah. Toronto, Canada. You're not far from me. I'm on right down the road here. I got a good friend of mine that lives in Petersboro, right by you. He's involved in a big old motorcycle gang. He's international motorcycle gang. Yeah, that buddy. But I don't know why you mentioned that. But anyways, yeah. I got me lots of Canadian friends. Matter of fact, I was seeing this girl. She was a Canadian. He lives on a lake. He lives on, I don't know what the hell I could tell you, but I ain't going to tell you. But he lives on a lake, but he probably just about putting his boat away. And, yeah, I was seeing I don't know what y'all call them over there in Canada, but I was hooked up with this girl. She lived on the reservation, if you know what I mean. Had the most beautiful, has the most beautiful eyes in the whole world. Real good chick, man. If she wasn't such a hardcore drinker, I'd have stayed hanging out with her. So yeah, them ladies that live on the reservation, they like that fire water. I had to get away from that fire water stuff. Oh, yeah. Ballasam Lake. Yeah, all right, cool. Get you some of that money, brother. Keep you busy. Stay off the internet as much as you can. Yeah, I've been trying to lay low a little bit, but sometimes I can't help myself when I go over and I watch. And, I don't even know why I did. I just turned on my the YouTube, and for some reason my feed popped up with that OTW fucking bullshit, and then I click on it like an idiot. I say, let's see if there's anything interesting going on here, and I go and I check it out, and I'm like, what in the hell? I'm like, Jesus, these assholes again. Landry and Talcott. Lives, or was it sitting in a tree? Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes a little tail-caught baby in a baby carriage. Oh, them two guys, man. And Landry, as much as I hate to agree with Paulie Boy and to side with him, motherfucker, you're all over the internet trying to suck everybody's fucking balls. I got a question for you, Landry. Where's your old lady and your kid, dude? Where is your old lady and your kid? You seem to have a whole lot of extra time on your hands. So that leaves me with a simple conclusion revolving around a question. Where they at? Where'd they go, Landry? Huh? Where's that old lady and that kid? I cracked a funny, but apparently so many sensitive people out there didn't like my joke. But you know what? Grow some thick skin, man. All you fucking loudmouth sons of beach nut gums on the interwebs and the YouTubes, and you can't handle a simple little jokey joke from the old Bad Apple Media asking where his kid and his wife is at. And I said, what, you got him duct taped up to silence him? Got him hog tied, put in a burlap bag and stuffed in a closet somewhere? What's up, Landry? And then someone, I don't even remember who the hell it was, and I don't even care, said, oh, that's not even funny, Bad Apple Media. Well, I beg to differ. I thought it was pretty fucking funny myself. I thought it was funny. Right, Pole Smoker? I know you're in the crowd lurking. Right, Pole Smoker, a.k.a. Tardick. You fucking weirdo. Hey, Tardick. Didn't you do a video like 4 days ago that said, I want to be silenced. You will not silence me. Well, I'm pretty sure you've been silenced ever since you got that cease and desist from Snow. I think you got silenced, brother. You've been silenced by Snow. Gerald Snow. Gerald Snow silenced you. Tardick the retard. A.k.a. Pole Smoker. You know what's funny? When people like Tardick or any other nitwit on YouTube who runs around with their fake accounts, their sock accounts or whatever you call them, their ulterior or their alter ego, they don't even realize that their psyche, their broken brain, their demented intelligent or their demented interior, I'm a little tired. Their demented interior won't allow them to create a screen name that doesn't reflect something about them that's hidden deep inside. I don't know what these people cannot fucking get about this. So Tardick, he fucking literally starts a screen name called Pole Smoker. And he tries to act like it's not him. But the screen name Pole Smoker should tell anybody who's been listening for a little while to my channel and to other people when they say that he's homosexual or whatnot. I don't know for a fact that he is, but, the signs are pretty clear. But, hey, he wants to pole smoke, let him pole smoke. But it's real funny. Then he creates a second, well, probably a 10th, I don't know, a dozen, half a dozen. I don't know how many he's had. But call yourself Pole Smoker, that's fucking hilarious, man. That tells me that you, Tardick, that you smoke poles, or you are at least, on the suspect list. You call yourself Pole Smoker. How stupid. So anyways, let me Let me show you just a quick little piece of the video that I did the other night. And this will probably chase most of you away, because a lot of you do support somebody that I really can't wait to celebrate, according to them, when they cry about their demise, upcoming demise, which, you know, that's been going on for several years now. And when it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't, or whatever. It is what it is. But this one here is what put the money on the account so I could have the premium account. I'll do that. That just slips my mind. I gotta hence the title Fighting Fire with Fire. But the song is called Fight Fire with Fire. But no, the video itself is just me letting certain people know, a couple of people, that I might just start reaching out to close and dear personal friends and family, certain people. Let them know exactly who they are and what they're about. So you can go back to my catalog and you can watch this movie. Yeah, this movie. Watch this stream. And this band is called Therion. They're really a good band. If you go and check out Therion, if you like heavy metal and you like them, you know, covers and shit, they really rock it out on a lot of their covers. I'm not gonna play the video of the song. Just wanted to point out that this video right here that I got on this catalog called Fighting Fire with Fire, we can all use free tools to locate mama's mama. And that title will probably only ring true to a few people's head. So anybody want to come in and have a conversation? Hey, Landry, you in here, you stalking me a little bit, Landry? Wondering what I'm saying about you? I'm just saying that you're one boring motherfucker, bro. If you're looking to go to sleep and you got insomnia, let's go turn on a Landry feed. Go turn on a Landry feed and listen to him talk. Sorry to say, Landry, I ain't got nothing personal against you, but I just call boring. And when you're constantly fighting with Jack Talcott, another Mr. fucking boring himself, you know, I'm like, what the fuck? Why do these guys keep arguing, fighting, and debating over who's more boring or who hurt whose feelings or what? And then the funny part about it is that I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I'm whining and crying, according to El Perro. El Perro, the biggest, according to everybody that knows, the biggest grifter in the panel curse, who told everybody he had lung cancer and weaseled, what, $5,000 was it? He weaseled $5,000 out of people and bought electric bikes, and as Mr. Snap says, that he was still sucking down on fucking cancer sticks, but then was miraculously cured. Yeah, I know. You guys are such fucking two-faced motherfuckers and hypocrites. You know, I can't help but point it out. And, you know, most don't like the fact that I point this out. I speak truth, and he who speaks the truth is the most hated man in the world. And that's a fact, Jack. So, I got another beef going with, no, that's not, I wouldn't say beef. I got another thing that I need to point out. Well, first of all, does anybody got any dirt on a particular individual? Because allegedly the rumor mill is stirring, which I don't believe it to be true. The rumor mill is stirring, claiming that there's one less panel curse member sucking the air out of the world. somebody who's been whining and crying about, being in bad health lately, which, you guys might think it's cold hearted and very, rude and morbid and dark or whatever word you want to use, but I don't care. I don't care. Is anybody that can confirm that I can celebrate and I could jump up and down for joy? I won't believe it until I see an obituary. Can anybody send me a real legitimate obituary? Can anybody do that? No. I think it's just a game that somebody's playing. But I know one thing. The little jackass fucktard has disappeared off of the interwebs of the past few days. He hasn't made no appearances, hasn't done anything. And that is very, very difficult for a guy like him to do. So he must be in the hospital. And even being, because 3 days ago, he was running around the internet. So what had happened between now and 3 days ago? Can anybody tell me? Would you tell me? Because I know the second that any news pops off, that you guys will be just running all over the fucking internet claiming that you were his best friend, won't you? I found that to be a thing amongst people when somebody they know passes away. They love to run around and tell everybody that that person was their best friend. I've seen it time and time again in my real life when certain people in my life pass away and certain individuals who were definitely not the best friend of the deceased. They run around and tell everybody that that person was their best friend. And I'm like, dude, when was the last time you actually talked to that motherfucker? How the fuck was he best friend? But okay, it's all good. You guys want to claim that, you go ahead and claim it. I'm sure there'll be 20 of you fucking clowns running around. The day that the ding dong, the dick is dead. I've never in my life been so excited to find out if somebody's kicked the bucket than I have as of late. I am serious as a heart attack. And in all reality, I shouldn't even toss in this caveat. It's a terrible thing. Yeah, I guess it would be for some people. But for some people, it's not going to be a terrible thing. It's not going to be a terrible thing for me. I'm sorry to tell you guys. You can make fun of me. You can say I'm a rotten human being. But you know what? It wouldn't shock me if you told me that I was a rotten human being, because most of you praise and support and never speak a bad word about the man. Yeah. Shout out to all the fellow beings that have moved on from the form of flesh and blood. Yeah. Thank you, Dom. And you know what? The second that you're born, you're 1 second closer to death. From the moment you come out the womb. From the moment you come out that womb, you're just 1 second closer to death every second. And if you don't live your life to the fullest and make the best of this existence, because it is definitely a hell realm, as King Stephen said. And that's another thing. Speaking of King Stephen, I truly, truly like and can relate to, and what he says resonates, and I feel what he's talking about. Let's say I'm picking up what he's putting down. But at the same time, everybody that I know says, "Oh, he's this, he's that, he's blah 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 blah," and I'm like, well, he ain't done nothing to me. He seems to be a pretty decent guy for the most part. Then I said, but I'm sure that my time in his good graces, so to speak, would be short. Well, what's today? Saturday? Let's see. Thursday? I think it was. Might have been Thursday. Hell, might have been Friday. He was doing one of his famous 12-hour, fucking 24-hour live streams, whatever he does. I don't know. And I didn't know that King Stephen has ever showed his face. I had no idea because I don't watch him or any of these fucking guys that much, really, But I had his video on, and I was listening to it, and I realized that he was showing a video, and I was like, "What video is he showing here?" And then I was like, "Oh, that's actually showing himself." And I was like, "Did he make a boo boo and click on his camera, and he had his camera on himself?" And I was like, "Wow, I could have swore that he remained anonymous and never cammed up." So I said in the chat, I said, "Do you know that or I said something about, do you know your camera's on or something like that?" And his mods, man, he's got some really weird fucking mods. And one of them was like, "Goodbye, Bad Apple Media." And I'm like, "Goodbye?" Or am I getting kicked out? I'm like, what did I say? When I kick people out of my chat or when I block people in other chats, it's not because they say anything really, like, "Hey, do you know your camera's on?" They're always like,
"Where's that $666 that you said you're going to get to OTW, fake Apple Media?"
yeah, or whatnot. So I'm like, shut up. I'm not giving no money. Blow me, blah, 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 blah. And then they keep going. So then they're trying to distract me from paying attention. So I'll block them. Because the chat becomes so much more peaceful when people aren't flapping their Peter Puffers at me because, their mommy and daddy didn't love them enough and they need my attention. So anyways, King Stephen, to get back to what I was saying, King Stephen's channel, his mods, I forget who it was. I really don't care. But I've been in there a few times and everybody seems pretty cool. But this time, I said something about his camera being on and everybody got all butthurt. And even King Stephen did. I think he gets so tired from being up all night that he's got an eye full of blur. Eyes are full of blur, and he only reads half of the comment. And I don't know. I really don't fucking care. But I don't know if I am. But I think that they were saying that they were gonna block me, and I'm like, what the fuck did I even say? I'm like, dude, I thought that you didn't ever cam up. I said, my bad, bro. so I may be blocked over at King Stephen. I don't give a fuck, but whatever. And I actually went on his panel and talked to him for a couple hours one night. And he seemed, like a pretty decent guy, but whatever. And then I was listening to Pauly Boy. I was scrolling through to see if I couldn't find the Jackass Zebra. And if he popped in and I was watching the stream from the old Judge Unslavia, and Steven called in. So all you guys got each other's telephone numbers, and you're all like in a little club. You all got each other's telephone numbers, and you text each other behind the scenes, and you say, "Hey," which I know for a fact that this happens. You go, "Don't talk to that guy. Don't talk to this guy. Ignore him. Don't bring him. Don't let him come into the common unity. Don't let him come into the community." I know this for a fact. And you guys are like a bunch of fucking weirdo gatekeepers. That you all have each other's numbers behind the scenes, and you're like, "Hey buddy, how you doing today? And then want to go on panel, act like we're fighting?" So King Stephen had called in a Pauly Boy, and he was yada yada and whatever. But point being is that I think I might be blocked from King Stephen's because I told him that he was cammed up, and I just thought that he might want to turn his camera off and it was a mistake. But hey, you live and you learn. Yeah, you're right. Cult behavior is funny, but it's real funny. And then I got another fucking situation at hand. For some reason, I don't know why it fucking popped up. I have no fucking clue. Maybe it's just divine intervention, or it's the weird AI guiding and doing the things that it does to instigate and stir up shit, or to inspire, or whatever it does. I don't know. But there was a video that popped up, and I said, you know what? Let me listen to it because it's kind of relevant from what I've been dealing with these fucking goofballs on the boob tube. And let me share with you what I stumbled across, or whatever happened. However it happened, I don't know. But clearly YouTube or some weird powers from behind the scenes is working in a mysterious way. I guess everybody's over at the Machine Lies watching them. Dragon versus Tiger. Atlantis versus Shambhala. Whatever the fuck that is. You got 90 people over there watching that stupid shit. Okay. But not that one. That was actually pretty interesting. I'll have to look at that. Here we go. This one right here. This one right here. This video.
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the host of this show are for entertainment purposes only. I repeat, this is not serious. This is not real. I am an untrained professional content creator who is freestyling this show. I do not encourage you to try this at home alone. Enjoy the show.
I really, truly don't give a fuck if somebody blocks me. I don't get all upset and butthurt. I just was pointing out that if King Stephen blocked me because I was mistaken and I had no clue that he actually does cam up every once in a while, and I stepped out of line by telling him that his camera was on. Oh boy. I guess he's a real sensitive guy. I don't know. A lot of people have told me he's a narcissist and he's worse than the rest of them, but you know, I do like what I'm not gonna say everything, but he's a little excessive with calling everybody a fucking demon. You know, when he's sort of hypocritical himself, but hey, whatever. It's all good. I like some of the videos that he shares. He shared a video of this guy they called the Ginger Lumberjack, and the dude was talking about his childhood and that when he was in late elementary school, early junior high, that they went to a dance and they put him in a simulated nightclub scene with music and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's called programming, my friend. That's called creating generational differences. Funny. So, how do you know that Pink Heart Floyd, whatever, Pink Floyd, is it Pink Floyd or Pink Heart Floyd? I don't know. Paul has a Google number. Well, of course, they all have Google numbers. And so Stephen called his Google number. Well, good for Stephen. You know, I was kind of hoping that, you know, I could last at least, I don't know, 2 weeks, you know, before I got blocked over at El Diablo Radio International. I guess it doesn't take much, which is cool. Whatever. Okay, Pink Floyd. Thanks for the update, brother. You're very, very helpful. Thanks, man. Cool, man. Cool. So yeah, this little video here from
What's up, Cynthia?
kind of funny when I listen to her and she gets upset. I guess apparently it's gangsta. It's her her street side comes out of her hood rat, whatever it's called. I don't know. Is it who she is, or is it her? Cynthia, only you can answer this, I guess. It's a rhetorical question. Is it her real persona coming out, and when she's on panels everywhere and she's being mellow, it's not who she is? Or what is it? Either she's a sweet, innocent person and she's putting on some fake gangsta persona when she gets angry, or when she gets around black people like Joe Cool, she starts talking like she's got hood rat in her. I don't know. I'm just pointing a few things out. She can answer for herself, because I'm inviting you, Cynthia, to have a conversation with me. Not that you will, because most of you panel curse members are a little afraid of coming on my channel, and the few that ever have, like Landry, he typically runs away real fast, and he just does the old Irish goodbye. I think he just likes to come and make an appearance because I think maybe he's on some sort of path to beat a Guinness Book of World Records situation where, how many streams can you get on in 1 month? And then you turn to the page fucking 922 in the Guinness Book, and you'll see fucking Landry in there, and it'll say, in 1 month, Landry got on 482 different YouTube channels, and on the panel verse, and on other panels in 16 different genres. Did he say anything? No, he just made an appearance. He's well known for his Irish goodbyes. If you guys don't know what an Irish goodbye is, look it up. And it's not just something that Landry does. It's an actual thing. I got a buddy of mine who wrote a song called The Irish Goodbye. I could play it on here, but I won't. Maybe one day. Maybe I'll play it whenever Landry pops in, and I'll tell him to hang on 1 second, and I'll pull up The Irish Goodbye, and then when he leaves, I'll drop that in the stream. The old Irish goodbye. I started doing that in my family functions because I could never fucking get out of my family functions in less than an hour, because I had to go say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye. Good to see you. I'll go, oh, yeah, we'll talk. Yeah. Give me a call. We'll go have lunch. Yeah. Right. Sure. Yep. Oh, yeah. And then here comes the first one you say goodbye to. They're back around going, oh, you ain't left yet? Oh, man. Well, I forgot to tell. And so I actually just developed the old Irish goodbye. I would go tell a couple of people, like, hey, I'm busting out. See you later. And then they'd be like, oh, you're going to go say goodbye to mine? And I'm like, nope. Tell them I said bye. They want to talk. They got my digits. And then I'd just bust out, and that would save me a good hour, an hour and a half. So anywho, I got, it's not a beef. I know it's not a beef with you, Cynthia, but I got a.
Ah, did you see that, Joe?
Show us something wild. Show us what's wild, Cynthia. Because it's wild. She loves to tell us how wild it was. It's wild. Isn't that wild? What was that Bob Hope that used to say it was wild? That's wild. That's kind of wild. Yeah, that's wild. Wild and crazy guy. Steve Martin, too. But anyway, when was this video done? And when did this event occur? When was this done? Let me make sure here. Get it right. June 11, 2025. So this occurred, funny enough, like a week earlier. This Las Vegas shooting between Manny, whatever the hell he was, and Finny the Legend. This event, this Murdsky, this Murderino, a double Murderino happened in this YouTube streets of Sin City, Las Vegas, right? And so the old Synthmeister did a video on it, and Joe Cool was in it. And, you know, I love the fucking fact that Joe Cool put fucking Cynthia in the position she got in, and she got fucking mad. I'm not going to share this video to them, but I'm gonna show you what this is. you got her. Her old man was just getting fucking capped. They got a camera on a tripod. Sorry for what happened to these two. That's wrong. But the camera was on a tripod, clearly. And you'll see her, right, come over here, grab the tripod, grab the camera to point it at the dude, Manny, whatever his face is, to YouTube the dude just putting holes in Finny the Legend, her old man. And she's holding the camera, pointing it at the dude, or trying to point it at the dude. And she takes a couple of rounds and drops the camera. Here he is. This is Finny the Legend. And Manny's over here somewhere out of screen. There he is right here. Here's Manny the Murderer. Here's Finny the Legend's old lady. And she's stepping between Manny and the Legend. And he pulls out his gat and starts busting caps. Right there. Starts busting caps down Finny the Legend. And Finny the Legend's old lady right here, instead of running and tackling the guy with the gat, not that she would do that, but what's her instinct? Her YouTube instinct is run over here, grab the camera. She's looking over there. She's grabbing it with her right hand, the tripod, going, "Are you fucking kidding me? I'm missing this. My camera's not getting me. Are you fucking kidding me?" And so she's got the camera in her hand, and then she gets a couple of rounds, which is pretty, as Cynthia says here, pretty wow. Pretty wow. What are you leaving, Dom? Okay, Bam, and others here later and enjoy. Okay, see you. But yeah, Cynthia even says, pretty wow.
Yeah. Did you see that, Joe? That's wild.
That's wild.
Two YouTube content creators, Joe. They got real beef in the streets.
They got real beef in them streets.
You see, in case y'all don't know, that was one content creator who was mad at another content creator. You know why? Yes.
Yeah, because they got Snafu Crew strike. I mean, they striking each other's shit.
Oh, hang on. You know why they got mad at each other? Because they were striking each other's pages and taking.
They were striking each other's pages and getting the channels taken down. Boy, sounds like somebody she's real fucking tight with. But, I watched this entire stream, this 3-hour stream. 3-hour stream. It's like Gilligan's Island. It was a 3-hour stream. 3-hour stream. The skipper and Cynthia, Joe Cool too. What's up with old Joe? We could do a Gilligan's Island version of all the people that showed up in this one because it was a 3-hour tour. But yeah, she plays this video a few times, talks about how wild it is, and then Joe comes in, gives her a little bit of smoke. She gets all gangster.
As you
All right.
See right here with the two cats. Sin City Manny Wise. You tell that he's a fucking character. He's over here got the Joker fucking profile going. He's got the Joker profile going right over here. This tells you all you need to know about this guy. Like I was just saying earlier, how some of these clowns will go and grab their little sock accounts and they'll create a screen name that is deeply rooted in psychic, or not psychic, but the psyche telltale signs of what's really up with them. Well, this should tell you what's up with Manny, Sin City, Manny Wise. When you got yourself painted up like the Joker, that should tell you what's up. And then he's a Raiders fan. Clearly, there's another little disconnect with reality when you're a Raiders fan, because those guys are something else. Just the fact that people watch sports and they get so dedicated to a bunch of men playing grab ass for millions of dollars. You know, just to me, another man who, that's another subject for another day. But Vinny the Legend over here looks like a normal cat, you know. They got no crazy Joker looking shit going on and whatnot. But yeah, when you're striking each other's channels, trying to ruin each other's YouTube, little corner of their YouTube, yeah, there's going to be a little beef. And most people don't normally take the YouTube beef off of YouTube or the drama and bring it into the real life. Only a real crazy motherfucker would take it to the level that Manny did. And I know that you'll all be going, what about you, Bad Apple Media? You went and knocked on Tariq's door. You're a crazy motherfucker. That was epic, man. What kind of weirdo does something like that? Well, I didn't have my dad on my side. I didn't have my pea shooter. I didn't go, hey, Tariq, drop down and give me 20, motherfucker. Pop, pop, pop. No. I went and knocked on the door to get evidence against another fucking weirdo on YouTube. Don't tell people you got evidence on somebody if you're not willing to cough it up. Don't be such a liar, Tardick. Tardick the fucking retard. So, let me take you guys back back to 2019. Matter of fact, let's take you back to October 19th. October 19th, 2020. We'll pull this video back up again. Let me take you guys back to October 19th, 2020. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. Let's back this up. Let's go into my live stream. Let me scroll it down. Give me a minute to pull a video up. I'm going to show you guys a little something. It's going to take me a minute because it's back a few pages. More pages than I like because I got way too much content on this fucking shit. Too many vids up in here that you guys haven't seen. Most of you haven't seen this shit. Most of you probably really don't want to see it because you're not into me. You're not into my channel. You're not into my content. You're into the drama. Tell me to save it for my mama. Back it up. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Man, we got too many videos. Used to be a time when you could set the page to like put 50 or more videos or whatnot. So you could scroll back. Now it's just kind of. All right, give me a second. I know you guys are going to run away because you're bored. All I'm doing is talking on another page, backing it up. All right, let's go to, where's that? Coming up. There it is. Wiggy and his threats. There we go. Where's that? Where are you? Nope. One more page. Yeah, one more page back. 1 second, guys. There it is. There it is. Let's see. What's it doing? Huh? Damn it. No? Oh. There it is. This video right here. This video right here.
Ain't that
See this video right here where I'm holding up a $100 bill? This video right here. It's set to private. But I'm holding up a $100 bill right here. And if any of you could look and zoom in close, I'll keep the screen right here. And you can zoom in on this serial number right here. And if you zoom in on that number, you'll see that it says MB5 Maybe not on this $100 bill, but on a $100 bill, I'll have to pull it up. Let me get it. Look at that. Right there. Here's this one. Oh, I ain't that one. On this one. Yeah, it's this one. Bad. There it is, right there. This is the dollar bill right here. It says MB, the first two letters. Then there's whatever the number it is, and then this is the 5, another number, a 6, another number, a 7, another number, and a 9. So the dude that I went to go see, his channel name was his prison number. It's MB5679. I know it wasn't right in a row, but it was pretty damn coincidental that it was MB5679. And this video is when I drove from Detroit to Pittsburgh to go confront, I would say confront, to go and show MB5679, aka Squiggy, how easily people can be touched, as Cynthia likes to say, touched in the real world streets. And I wanted to express my warning, I guess you could say, to him and to anybody who would watch that video of just how simply you could be found from the YouTube world into the real world. I didn't go to Pittsburgh to go and hurt the guy or to beat him up or anything of that nature. In fact, Iggy MB5679 was telling his audience and calling me out in his live streams, telling me that he was going to whoop my ass. And that if I ever came to Pittsburgh, he would beat the brakes off me and yada, yada, yada. And I told him, I said, bro, I said, you need to knock it the fuck off. You need to shut the fuck up because you should be careful of what you ask for because it just may happen. So, out of the blue, on October 19th, because this video was made, this one was made on, let's break it down a little less. This video was made 5 years ago, excuse me, on October 19th, 2019. So, coming up close to 6 years ago, in a few days, in a week or so from now, 6 years ago, I went and visited Squigmeister. That's what I call him. Squigmeister. And I just so happened to tell him that the name of my challenge, the name of my video, before I even got there, I decided to call it Squash the Beef and Break Bread, $100 challenge. The point of this video was to let him know that he shouldn't be calling people pedos, because that's what Squiggy MB5679 was doing back then. He too was calling people pedos and pogos. And gee, I wonder where another individual learned how to use that terminology against people with a blanket claim without any proof or evidence, calling people pedos and pogos. So I went to share a little bit of wisdom with Squigmeister and said, look, dude, your lies can get people hurt. Your lies can get people killed. So you need to knock it the fuck off, or else you're going to get hemmed up. And so still to this day, not only do I have the jackass Zebra talking about me going to Pittsburgh as if I went there with some ill intent and had some harm on my mind. Well, again, if I was going to go to Pittsburgh to hurt little old Squigmeister, I wouldn't have made a video of it. I wouldn't have went to the park where he makes his little hit piece videos, calling people out and doing what he did. I would have just went to his house and pulled a fucking a Manny. But that's not what I'm about, ladies and gentlemen. Despite all of the fucktards that are out here running around right now trying to paint me to be some kind of bad, crazy fucking apple, right, Tariq? Is that I'm really trying to be a peacemaker and to bring the awareness to anybody and everybody who's willing to listen that your bullshit on YouTube should never cross into real life. It should never cross over into real life. And what do we got here? 6 years later, or 5.5 years later, I should say, we got Finny the fucking Finny the Legend and Sin City Manny Wise with an actual fucking beef that ended the life of 2 fucking YouTubers. Proving my entire fucking point that you guys need to knock off your bullshit on the internet before somebody gets hurt. Because, you know, the old saying goes, it's fun and games until somebody gets hurt. But still, to this day, I can't even go over to the Panelverse without this old, what's up, Cynthia, and the rest of you fucking goofballs, and especially fucking the Jackhat Zebra and Tardick and the rest of you fucking weirdos that want to make a fucking mountain out of a molehill. Because I went and knocked on Tardick's door to ask him if he would give me the information that he claimed that he had on Snafu Snaps. And even Snafu Snaps is fucking making fun of me knocking on Tariq's door. He was protecting Tardick. Oh, right. From me, the crazy guy. The crazy guy who's been trying to bring peace and to bring some common sense and logic and reason, rationale, so all you fucking nitwits on the internet could use your critical thinking skills and to understand exactly what the dangers are with running your fucking mouths and causing all the fucking beef between you guys and taking it from the interwebs onto the real fucking life streets of YouTube, out of YouTube, excuse me, into the real life world. But nobody's listening to me. You're all ignoring me as if I'm the fucking problem here. Yeah, I'm aggressive. Yeah, I'm brutally fucking honest. Yeah, I don't take none of you guys' bullshit. No, I will never modify my behavior to accommodate your CIA gang stalking, your fucking manipulation, psychological warfare bullshit. That'll never happen with me. I'll never conform to what you guys are trying to get me to do, which is really bothering to most of you. But the bottom line is I've never had any ill intent to cause any harm to anybody. I've actually done the quite opposite. I've tried to bring peace amongst YouTubers for the longest time. And I only call out those who create and produce and distribute harmful content. That's it. But none of you give a fuck about what I really am about. You wanna judge, you wanna fucking accuse, you wanna point a finger, failing to recognize there's 3 fingers pointing back at you, and say that I'm up to no good. I'm whatever it is that you want to say. But it doesn't really matter to me what you guys say, because I know who I am and what I'm about and what I've done. And knocking on Tariq's door, the opportunity for you weirdos who are working against what I'm working to support, which is mind your own fucking business, don't start no shit, won't be no shit kind of mentality. I get into the panel curse. That's all you motherfuckers do is fucking drama. That's it. It's all you guys are about, man. There's nothing of peace within the drama fucking verse. So when I sit here and I pull up this video today that popped up into my feed really strangely because I'm not subscribed to Cynthia. I didn't even really know that she had a channel. I know, well, of course she's got a channel. Her name's What's Up Cynthia. But I didn't know that she created content on a regular or as often as she did. I had no clue. So then I see this video and I'm like, What's Up Cynthia? Oh, wow, okay, what's this? And then I watch this fucking 3-hour tour. On a 3-hour tour. We got the Joe Cool and we got the Cynthia. and then later on, there's a bunch of other people that pop up, and all these people. I could do we got the Rocky 2 and Hank A. Flamo, and we got I could actually do a fucking a parody of Gilligan's Island with these fucking characters on screen right here on What's Up Cynthia, where she's doing this video on Manny from Sin City, Manny Wise, that took 2 people out because they were striking each other's channels. And when Joe Cool brought up the fact that Cynthia is creating drama and a beef with Tardick and whatever, oh my God, she gets fucking nuts. She's like, I'll tell you what, motherfucker. But when she starts talking all gangster, like she's fucking tough and stuff, and it's fucking kind of funny. But hey,
Come in for me.
So then all these guys, really Joe Cool was the only one that was giving Cynthia some shit. And I'll give mad respect to Joe Cool. But see, Joe Cool knows, I'm pretty sure Joe Cool has heard of me because I used to fuck with the people that he knows over there in the First Amendment community and call them all out for their fucking their bullshit. Because whether you know it or not, the First Amendment community is, the majority of them, the big shot channels, they are harmful content. They share the content that they share to get results that they want on behalf of Big Daddy. It's a quick scenario. You got a guy with a camera goes around and harasses a cop. What it does is it'll piss people off who are authoritarian personalities who will get mad at the First Amendment guys and say, leave them cops alone. You need to respect their authority. And then you'll get other people who are like, yeah, let a cop fucking try that shit to me and I'll show them what the fuck's up. And then you get other people that watching videos and they'll say, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened to that guy. I'll never, ever get loud or talk shit to a cop. I'll obey and I'll do whatever they want. And then you got, there's just so many things that happen when videos like that. You guys don't realize what social media is here for. You're not capable of fighting your way out of a wet mental paper bag, because it is so clear and obvious that this shit is fucking all by design to get results that Big Daddy wants out of the people who are supporting this bullshit, along with the Pogo stuff and to find out who the dissenters are of the government, find out people like who I am. And then you guys wonder why I'm sitting here with a tether on my ankle and facing charges, and you think it's because they really think that I threaten somebody with telling them I'm going to kick their ass. You guys really don't have a fucking clue of what's going on out here. And it's really frustrating dealing with you people and sitting here watching the panel curse basically spin their wheels in the fucking mud and get all of you, if any of you are really legit wanting change and sincere Joe Schmoes and just regular people, you get caught up in the choreographed, staged Pogo channel influencer for Big Daddy channels that keep you distracted from doing anything, because it's the same shit over and over and over again, every fucking video. And that's why they don't ever let me have a voice on their platform or in their panels. on their panel channel is because they know that if people start listening to me, something may just click in the viewer's mind and say, you know what, that fucking Bad Apple Media's got a good point there. But I don't really care if, you know, the panel listens to me or they give me a voice. Doesn't matter to me. At this point, it doesn't matter. But this video that Cynthia's doing is brushing upon one YouTuber harming another YouTuber. And this happened right around the time that Snapu Snaps went to Big Daddy Government and had me investigated and interviewed and ultimately charged because he claims that I'm so scary. He's living in fear. 2,500 miles away from me. Didn't even know where he was at. Had no clue where he was living. Well, now I know where he's at. But back in April, on April 29th, I had no idea where he lived. On June 12th, I had no idea where he lived. On July 12th, I had no idea where he lived. On July 28th, I had no idea where he lived. When sometime after July 28th, I got the police report, the unredacted version of the Gilbert, Arizona Police Department, their report that they issued, thanks to Snafu Snaps. It had his address on it. And then I only got that through discovery with my attorney, Paulie Boy, because they wouldn't have gave me that shit if it wasn't because I had an attorney. You guys, you know, Paulie Boy, you don't understand why I sometimes decide to let the courts know that I'm insane and I can't represent myself. Right. Yeah, that's what I did. So when I do the things that I do, they're very, very, very calculated and not in a sinister, you know, manner. It's in a crazy manner. Crazy like a fox. Okay? You get it? Anybody? No? All right, that's cool too. But this video, I'm gonna share this video again in its entirety one day, maybe soon. And I'm going to show you all the hypocrisy that Cynthia has within her. I'm going to show you Joe Cool. He's over here. Joe Cool was making some very, very valid points to Cynthia, and she was getting pissed. And then little douchebag fucking Hank Flamo over here, he couldn't suck the fucking labia lips of Cynthia any better than he was. Hank's a two-faced motherfucker. He comes over here. He's probably watching right now. He comes over here and he acts like he's in support of me going after Snafu or exposing Snafu or whatever. But really, behind the scenes, he's part of the fucking problem on Panel Curse. He himself could have got Snafu Snaps pretty fucked up just for the racially motivated hate crime that Snafu Snaps pulled on this guy. But he likes to go, I'm a butt. And I don't know how anybody could fucking. I grew up with 3 mentally retarded cousins. And I wouldn't even say they were mentally retarded. I think that they just had really bad speech impediments because they weren't taught how to read and write. And I don't know. Anyways, we called them a Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And they spoke 10 times worse than Hank does. And I could understand my cousins. I could decipher what they were saying. No offense, Hank, but you're very difficult to understand. And you really don't have, was it a cleft palate? Was it that's why I asked him if he was deaf, because he sounds like he's deaf, and that's how deaf people talk. Or, people say he's autistic. I'm not sure if he's autistic or if he's deaf or if he's just had a cleft palate. I don't know what his issue is. That's none of my business, but one thing that I know for sure with Hank is I wouldn't say this, I'd say this to his face, is that he's very difficult to understand. He's not easily decipherable. And he likes to talk really fast. I think that if he took his time and tried to enunciate his words a little better, that he could speak a little better and you'd understand him more. But anyways, point being is that he was kissing Cynthia's ass, and Joe Cool was busting on Cynthia, calling her out for her hypocrisy. And she didn't like it. She did not fucking like it at all. And so, Cynthia, I would love to have the opportunity to allow you, well, I won't say allow you, but for you and I to get together here on my channel, not on yours, not on OTW, not on Pauly Boys, nowhere else, but right here, you and me, one-on-one, and actually have a discussion about what this video is all about in relation to what I've been doing since 2019, trying to bring peace amongst retarded ass fucking YouTubers who were striking each other, who were causing drama and fighting like a bunch of little schoolboys and girls for what? Clout? A couple of dollars in super chats? Well, apparently me bringing this to the surface is not welcome. That's why there's 10 people in here right now. Could be more, but this is YouTube telling me it's 10. Could be more. That's why 10 of you right now ain't saying a goddamn word in this fucking chat over here. Not one of you has the courage to say one thing in this chat over here. And to me, that's quite pathetic. It's quite telling on who and what you people really are. I know there's a couple of you who are that I probably know that are in here that I'll give a pass to for being in here and watching without saying anything. But 10 of you out of the 12, well, Lynette, don't be a smart ass. Nobody likes a smart ass kid. I just said there's a few of you in here watching. Lynette doesn't like the drama, so she doesn't participate. My own mod doesn't like to participate in my videos no more because you fucktards got me talking about all this drama. And my own mod doesn't like the drama, so she avoids my fucking chat. No offense, Lynette, I'm not mad at you. She avoids my fucking chat and being involved because of you fucktards and your bullshit. Because even she knows you're all a bunch of fucktards. And she says, I really wish you'd stop engaging in them. Well, there'll come a day when I will stop engaging with them like that. But you've been here since day one. You know that I went to Squiggy and drove to Pittsburgh to give him the opportunity to whoop my ass because he said he was going to be a big, bad, tough guy. And he pumped out when I got there. And, you know, he was running around calling everybody pedo pogo, calling people fucking everything under the sun, but they're by their real name. And here I am 6 years later, still trying to get you idiots to knock off your bullshit. After beating criminal charges 6 years ago, and here I am with criminal charges again because of you fucking YouTube fucktards. But all you YouTube fucktards will say it's my fault. You'll say, you need to be accountable for what you did, Bad Apple Media. You need to be accountable. Right, Pauly Boy? You see how they all ran away, Lynette? You see how they all just ran away, Lynette? You see how that works, Lynette? Ain't that amazing how that works when I call out the fucking little stalkers that are in the fucking... Oh, I gotta love it. Little weirdo stalkers. You all run away because you don't like the truth. Dude, but guess what? They think I actually care that they don't watch my shit. That was fast, wasn't it, Lynette? That was really fast that you fucking weirdo stalkers all took off. All the weirdo stalkers from the panel curves that are over here gang stalking me, they don't have to say something to gang stalk me. Now we're back down to my 2, maybe 1. Right now, 1. Tony must be sleeping or she's busy watching another live stream somewhere. So we're now back down to my original 2 fucking 1. I don't know why I keep saying 2. Down to my original 1 viewer. Oh, 1 came back to say, is he still saying shit about it? That was fast, wasn't it, Lynette? Fucking hilarious how fast that shit happens. It's like they're all in a group chat somewhere. They're probably like all on Discord together, and they're all watching and they're all chit chatting in a private Discord fucking page or whatever Discord has. I don't know. Never been on Discord, never will be. But they're all watching and they're like, listen to him talk about all of us. What's this? Who the fuck does this guy think he is? And then they're like, fuck this guy. We're just stop supporting him. Don't watch them. Don't give him any views, guys. And then they all run away at the same time. You see how that works, Lynette? I know you observe it. You've witnessed some of the shit that I've pointed out. So you've seen it with your own eyes, Lynette. You've literally seen it with your own eyes. So, again, Cynthia. What's up, Cynthia? Why don't you bring your fucking ass over to my fucking channel and we're going to have a conversation about your hypocrisy. And you can explain to me exactly how you don't add fuel to the fire with Tariq. Because all of these motherfuckers, all they do, all their shit is drama. I could be doing videos on state national status. I could be doing videos on my personal fucking situation, my case, but it's not going to give these guys their dopamine hits. My personal fight with the government doesn't give these lurkers dopamine hits. Because if they wanted to do anything and make a change, they would watch my videos. They would watch me. They would ask me about, hey, could you show us this or could you tell us about that? No, they don't want to do that. They don't want to know how to fight the government and to be successful. They'll listen to Paulie talk about it. They'll listen to Paulie run his mouth and put people down and disparage them and slick talk them right out of their shoes because it's cool, it's fun, it's interesting. But when I start talking truth and point the fucking reality of the matter out, they run like a bunch of fucking bitches for the hill. Funny as fuck. Over here, sharing what's up Cynthia and her fucking extreme hypocrisy. Nobody wants that because Cynthia, she's part of the club. What do you think if I made a video, Lynette, and I called it what's up, Tony? What if I called it I called it Cynthia's Island. Gillis Cynthia's Island. And then I just switched the words and I played the tune. And then I could just change the lyrics and make a fucking song. And I could add all these cast of characters like Hank Flamio, Old Joe, Joe Cool, Rocky, What's Up Cynthia, Mike 23, and the rest of them that showed up throughout this video. And do it. Let me see who else. Where else? All right, here's one. Zyper, Voxel. That'd be a hard one to put in the Gilligan song. Let's see who else can be put in there. Yeah, there was only so many people that were in here. Yeah. This guy doesn't even have a scar on his ear after him being allegedly shot. Staged everything. Oh, Renee Rodriguez. That would be a good one to put into the Gilligan's Island theme song. Or Denzian. That'd be a good one to put in there. Renee Rodriguez. Renee Rodriguez, the movie star. Ginger and Marianne. Here on Cynthia's Panelverse. Yeah, it would be funny. I could really make a good theme song up with this. She'll probably get upset. Won't you, Cynthia? YouTube shooter angry at company. Oh yeah, there's a YouTuber that gets mad and says that YouTube is shadow banning her. This is a pretty Lynette. 6 months. All right. My, how time flies. Thank you for being a channel member, Lynette. Couldn't do it without you and Tony and a couple others. The rest of you clowns in here, you fair weather friends. Yeah. But nonetheless, appreciate you there, Lynette. Really do. And I will be getting you your koozie mailed out soon. I haven't been in my storage unit lately, but I will be getting in there big time because I'm moving out of the RV into a house. You know, because I'm on welfare and they're giving me a place to live. I make $14 an hour. Worked a lot of hours to get out of this RV. So, but yeah, this is a very interesting video. If you guys want to go over and check out What's Up Cynthia and find this video and watch it, it's when YouTube beef gets #real. Hashtag, what's that say? 10 panel? Let me look at it. Open panel, excuse me. When YouTube beef gets #real, #open panel, #Las Vegas, #Sin City. I guess maybe I should start using hashtags and stuff, man, because that's the cool thing to do. I guess that's the cool thing to do. And I always got to add in #lies, yo. So, you know, it's funny that these panel curse members will never allow me to have a voice when I get on their streams and try to share my views, my experience. They want to categorize me as like I'm Jack and Landry, you know, me and Snapmeister. Well, the difference between me and Snapmeister is compared to Jack and Landry. Those two are in love with each other. And they keep the drama going back and forth to make themselves relevant amongst all the fucking nitwits. I myself had no desire to be connected with Snafu Snaps for at least 3 years. And Lynette and Tony can confirm this. Not that I need them to, but they can literally say, yeah, I witnessed Snafu Snaps coming and harassing Bad Apple Media multiple times over the last 3 years. I never went to his channel. Even after he messed with me, I never went through his shit, never did anything. In fact, probably when I was still living in my other place, probably a year, maybe close to 2 years ago, I would fucking go to Paul Unslaved channel, and I had no idea he was doing the Panelverse stuff. I remember seeing like conversations on there, and I was like, man, what the fuck? What the fuck is Paul even doing? What is this? This isn't anything to do about state national shit. This isn't about sharing, you know, God-given rights and whatever. And I would listen for a minute, and I would try to fucking pay attention to it, but I was like, this wasn't interesting. And I had no clue that he was part of the Panelverse. And then every now and again, I would see Snafu Snaps on there. And I couldn't figure out why the fuck is Snafu Snaps on this guy Paul Unslaved's channel. Because Paul Enslaved was First Amendment shit, you know, or truth, you know, like it was just like a weird connection. But then I was like, well, I guess it makes sense when Snafu Snap craving attention from anybody and everybody, and if he can find a place to go to spew his bullshit, you know, that's what he's going to do. So sometimes I would listen and I would hear Paulie Boy just busting on fucking on Snafu Snaps and teasing him and ragging on him and just smacking him around like a little fucking bitch. And I was like, this fucking guy's awesome. I like watching, listening to Paulie when he would do that, but he didn't do it all the time. So then sometimes when those two were getting along, I would be like in the chat and I'd start saying stuff in the chat. And then I would see Snap Who Snaps. And he never ran his mouth about me. He never said nothing, or at least I didn't stick around long enough to hear it. And then I would be like, oh, that fucking Snap Who Snaps up in here. I guess that's my cue to get the fuck out. And I would leave. And, you know, hindsight's 20/20. But nonetheless, you know, matter of fact, I just got, not just got, but with Lena from LCJC, she literally told me, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, that Snafu would, after he would come and fuck with me on my channel and give me a hard way to go, and he'd get me all bitching and yelling and fucking say, you're a fucking asshole, go fuck yourself, whatever. I'm gonna kick your ass, you deserve a punch in the mouth, whatever I'd say to him. He would run off and he would take off, then he would go to Lena and he would tell Lena, I was just over there fucking with Road to Prison on a new channel, and Lena was like, well, what do you do? Why are you over there doing that? And Snafu Snaps was just saying, because I like fucking with him. So it's not a big secret that Snafu Snaps was harassing me just because he could harass me. And for some reason, he finally decided to try to get me in trouble, probably because Shauna was pushing him and egging him on. Because Shauna was stalking my shit too, because she'd come in every now and again as somebody else, and I knew it was her. You can tell by what they say and the stuff that, you know, doesn't take a rocket scientist to know what their screen name, you know, the psyche behind their screen names, but right there, Pole Smoker, you know, Tariq. So, and Snafu Snaps really didn't hide behind any weird screen name. It would just be a different variation of Snafu Snaps or The Truth or this, that, or the other. So you really knew it was him every fucking time. So for 3 fucking years, the guy harassed me and gave me shit, fucked with me, calling me a traitor, calling me a sellout, saying all kinds of stupid shit, wanting, you know, talking about Marfugel fucking this, Marfugel that. And so my point is, I don't have the desire to have a pissing contest with this fucking clown. Jack and Landry, they love going back and forth because it gives them relevance. I don't need Snafu Snaps to make myself feel anything other than aggravated. So if any of you in the panel curse were to pay attention to me and my purpose, my what finger quotations, my mission, and what my goal is with my existence here on YouTube, then maybe you would learn a little bit about me and not judge me and put me into some fucked up category like a Landry and Talcott. Because I'm nothing like Landry or Talcott. Those two boring ass motherfuckers are a match made in heaven, as they like to accuse me and Snafu Snaps of being a match made in heaven. See, they got it a little twisted because they can't go against the Jackass Zebra because there's some reason why. I haven't exactly pinpointed it yet for positive or 100%, but I'm pretty certain that these motherfuckers all have a common goal behind the panel curse. And I'm fairly certain it's behavioral modification techniques. They're trying to change the way that people behave online and offline. And again, none of you motherfuckers have the skill level to ever modify my behavior. no matter how much training you get from whatever entity with your psychological warfare, it will never work on me. So the invitation's out there. What's up, Cynthia? Joe Cool. Oh, I was going to say about Joe Cool. Joe Cool knows who I am through the First Amendment community. He'll probably say, I've never heard of him in my life. Yeah, he has. I was, and still am, buddies with Dying to Live, who hasn't had a presence on YouTube in a while. He removed himself because of his conclusion, as well as mine, is that you're all a bunch of fucking weirdos. And in my opinion, Dying to Live is the only guy that I can certainly say is a real deal fucking YouTuber. And the rest of you guys, you know who Dying to Live is in the First Amendment community. All those motherfuckers in the First Amendment community know who Dying to Live is. His name's Quentin Booker. But Joe Cool knows John Flax. And I know that he's run his yak about me in John Flax live streams before. And he's probably came to my channel and he's watched and snooped around a little bit and lurked. But I will give Joe Cool credit for calling Cynthia out for her bullshit. Even though Cynthia, she gets fucking pissed when you call her out on her bullshit. Fucking hilarious. So, how long have I been on here? An hour and a half. I'm going to be on here much longer. So, I invite people up here all the time to come on my panel. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Tony. You wanna watch them disappear again? Want to see how fast they disappear again? You want to see how fast the handful of people in here watching disappear again? Any of you lurkers want to come on panel? Huh? Any lurkers want to come on panel? Lynette, did you set it to subscriber only mode? The comments? I don't think you did. It doesn't say it. I haven't said it yet. You don't have to. But they wouldn't come up anyways. And they won't comment anyways, so you don't need to set the members only. Or not members, but subscribers only. Yeah, don't bother right now. It's no big deal. But none of them will ever have a hair on their ass. You've seen it. Landry comes up here and he runs away as fast as he can because he realizes that I'm not part of the panel curse, and he realizes that I'm fucking real. And then he's like, oh fuck, I better get out of here. So he bails real quick. I've had Extra Large on here. I've had Mr. Pie, Powder Dusty. You know, I don't know much about the Powder Dusty, but I know he's hanging out in the First Amendment community with Chris Ryder from Ford Public Safety. And I don't think he cares that Chris Ryder has a really bad track record and history, that he's pretty much a fucking liar. But these guys don't care because he probably trying to suck sub or something. Who knows what their fucking motive is, you know. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you, but one thing that I know is that these guys will never allow me to have a voice on their panels. And none of them will have a hair on their vagina and show up in my channel. And I don't even give anybody shit. You know, they'll go, oh, well, you passive aggressive, talk a lot of shit on your stream. Well, I can talk a lot of shit when I'm on the stream with them, but trying to get them to have an interview or to have a communication doesn't do any good to bust their chops and give them a hard way to go, because then they'll just bail. So none of them want to come on here and have an actual conversation. Like what's up, Cynthia? No, I'll never get OTW on here. You know, I'd love to get I wouldn't say I would love to get. I would love to get anybody that actually has an open mind, who isn't afraid to call people out for who they really are. But that's the problem with panel curse, is that most of these people in that common unity. I wouldn't necessarily say I'd love to get Paulie Boy over here. I'd like to get Paul to come over here and have a conversation about state national status, because I don't know if any of you remember me talking the broken system, broken trust. And that's broken system, broken trust would always tell me, you got to go over to the Paul's channel and go watch his shit. And he was trying to, and I'm like, and that's why I was going over there, because BSBT was telling me to go check it out. You know, you'll like it. He's talking about the same shit that you're talking about. And then anytime I went over there, he wasn't talking about state national status. He was doing drama shit. And I'm like, the fuck? And I would call BSBT back, and I'm like, the fuck you sent me over there for, dude? It was not about a bunch of drama and a bunch of fucking gossip going on over there. I don't want to listen to that shit. And he's like, oh, well, it's not always like that. You got to watch for a while. Then, you know, and I'm like, I don't want to watch any of that shit at all, dude. And I told him, I said, matter of fact, I said, I noticed that fucking piece of shit Snafu Snaps was over there. I said, do you know who he is? He's like, yeah, I know who he is. He's an idiot. He's this. And I'm like, yeah. I said, do you even know who that fucking guy really is? But BSBT, he's kind of a nitwit himself. And he's like, oh, man, you know, whatever he can get out of people is what BSBT does. You know, if he can suck a few subs or get you to watch his dumbass fucking videos, he's your best pal. But whenever you want to have an actual conversation with him, he won't do it. I got dozens of phone calls with the guy, and he'll talk about anything that has to do with him and his channel. The second that I want to talk about my channel or my purpose or anything that happens between, you know, me and another YouTuber, he don't want to fucking hear it, but he wants to talk about the drama that he's got. He'll talk about it all day. And it's just, this is the shit that I've noticed that's extremely prevalent amongst YouTubers, is that as long as you're talking about them and their channel and their purpose and whatever they're doing or whatever they want to do or their goals, they'll talk to you all day long. The second that you take the topic off of them, they're out of it. They're done. Gone. She gone. She gone. And this is the norm with these fucking people, and that's pure narcissism, man. I sit there and listen to BSBT, and then I'm like, oh, what about this? Check this out. No, gone right out the back door. And then he'll go, see, this is why I don't want to talk to you, because you want to talk about all your shit. I'm like, I just sit here and talk to you about your shit for how long? And then I bring up anything that has to do with me or my channel or the bullshit that I'm going through, and yeah, run away like a bitch. Yeah, it's almost like a script. Like they're like told, don't ever let this fucking bad apple media ever tell you about anything that he's dealing with. You just run from it. And it's like, everyone, fucking amazing. But hey, I'm not whining and crying, even though, you know, El Perro, the fucking Nazi mustache wearing loser, likes to say that I'm the biggest crybaby on the internet. Right, okay. At least I got a reason to be whining and crying on the internet. Not like you, El Perro, where you actually have a whole bunch of people saying that you ripped them off and you stole, well, I guess you would say stole, but you duped people into donating to you, and then you took the money and used it for your own fucking personal needs instead of what you planned it was for. But it ain't none of my business. I'm just over here sipping on my Coke Zero. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. Can't get none of these stalkers that are lurking in the woods to say anything. And maybe I'll chase them all away real quick, and then I'll sign off when there's nobody here. Hey, why don't all you lurkers in the background, why don't you come into the chat and say something? There might be 2 of you out of the I see 11. Let's just make it 8. Give you a benefit of the doubt, but there's 3 people that are stealth watching and not lurking. They're stealth watching because they can't be seen, because they'll start getting harassed by people. So why don't 8 of you get the hair or find a hair on that Vegina and come in here and say something. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for you guys to say something, what's up, Cynthia, Paul Enslaved, Joe Cool, whole bunch of you fucking people. Whole bunch of you open-minded individuals. You get it when that you don't count. You're not looking. Knock it off. Don't be so funny. You open-minded individuals, why don't you speak up? Why don't you come and jump onto the panel and tell me how big of an asshole I am? Or just keep lurking. Are you screen recording this? You're going to send it to the authorities. All right, I'm getting tired. I got to get up in the morning and go help some my friend cut down trees on his property. You know, because I just don't have any friends in real life. I'm just a Bill, a lonely old Bill, sitting here on Capitol Hill. You got a yuck mouth because you don't brush. And I'm gonna ABC specials to be the singing, funny looking dude. You got a yuck mouth because you don't brush. I'm just a Bill, a lonely old Bill. All right, guys. Well, that damn lurker, Tony Lurkin Jr., thanks for 6 months of membership. I appreciate you. I sure do. And put this on a paywall. Charge people $250 to watch my videos. Or at least 50. Oh my God, what time is it? 2 o'clock? Oh shit. If I could get a good 7 hours of sleep if I have to get up. Yeah. 7 hours. We'd have to get up. That's right. So I'll pick this video up here. This what's up, Cynthia, if she doesn't, because I'm not gonna even bother screen recording it. There's no point. She wants to take it down and hide it to prevent me from sharing it. Well, you go right ahead. I got proof that it was here. If you do that, I'll go, look, she's hiding her video. She's scared. She want me to share it. My whole point in this video pointing out her literal hypocrisy, man. When I watch this, or I didn't watch it, when I listen to this video, I thought I was doing other stuff. I was like, holy fuck. I can point out exactly what that's all about. Or I could bring this point up, or I could, holy crap, that's just, I can't believe she's even saying that. But would you expect anything different from another panel verse member? I know I wouldn't. So to recap this video, can anybody confirm that it's time to celebrate? If you know what I mean? Because I really can't wait to celebrate. I can't wait to celebrate. I'm sure it does bother that guy when I tell him to celebrate his death. Terrible to do. Probably, not probably. It would be the only person in my life that I've ever celebrated that their death. I didn't even celebrate the deaths of people in the spotlight like Jeffrey Dahmer. I didn't go, oh, good, he's dead. Doesn't matter to me. He just won't be hurt nobody again. You know, I didn't even celebrate. Well, I guess it doesn't matter to me in fact. I didn't celebrate. Nobody influential. Yeah. Really, I don't celebrate anybody's death. I don't even get really bummed out about it. I'm like, oh damn, that's kind of fucked up. All right, lurkers. With that, Tony, get you guys, you ladies on the flip side. What song you want with that? I know what song you want. You call it. You're a queen. You know what? Let me respond to that, Tony. You got his phone number. You got his phone number. So there, I don't know. He must be in the hospital because there's no way that dude being addicted to the internet as much as he's addicted to the internet could ever go cold turkey for 3 days that he had so far. Unless he's in jail somewhere. And I highly doubt that's fucking happening. So I got my eyes peeled out there for, news and information. Got my ears on lockdown. I'm listening to hoof beats on the ground. I'm checking the skies for smoke signals. I'm hanging out at the rumor mills, getting cold cups of water at the water coolers in town, waiting for the news to come down the pipe that he is really that bad and he succumbed to his illnesses, which I really don't think he's probably sick, but only the good die young. So I'll be keeping an eye on the newspapers for his obituary, because that's the only place where I'm going to believe it. I could call some of his family members that I got the telephone numbers for, because they're free tools on the interweb, which I don't have a free tool. I have a paid tool, because you get better services if you pay. I got addresses, telephone numbers, and all that shit. So if I really wanted to find out, I'd just make a few phone calls. No, no, you think that he was just saying that he's sick because he don't want to travel to Michigan? We're not even nowhere near them coming to court yet. This shit could go on for months and months if it was to do that. Well, I know Nurse Kitty was in his chat saying, "What? No phone call, no text." So I'm sure the second that somebody knows, which a Zebra crew member, when they find out, they'll be there's no way that they can't just contain themselves. They'll want to be the one who shares it so they can get the accolades and say, I was the first to know that my best friend died. So, whatever. I really don't give a fuck. It'd make my life a lot easier. Save me a lot of headaches, so to speak. I know it bums him out to know that, because he watches that. He's probably watching right now. He's still alive. He's watching. I guarantee it. I guarantee fucking. I snaps. You should let everybody know you're still alive. Quit playing them. Post another comment or something saying, I can't breathe. My thumbs are so weak I can barely text. I got my nurse typing out my comments for me. Something like that, just toss up your Cash App or your PayPal and ask for donations so you can pay for medical bills. Something. Give us a sign of life. Snappy snaps. Give us proof of life. Don't let us all hang. Especially me. Don't leave me hanging, snappity snap. If he doesn't show up to court, we'll know something's really wrong. Because he'll be there. If he can be there, he'll be there. If he's in the hospital and he's incapacitated and he's drugged up or whatnot. See, he wants to say, I got congenital heart failure. You know how long you can live with congenital heart failure? You could die tomorrow from it, but you can live a long time from it. It's not a end all be all to long life or short life. But whoever finds out first, make sure to drop a comment in one of my videos that's already been posted, tag me in it so I can get the notification, or I don't know what, but somehow, some way, drop the news, man, because I'll go have a beer in memory of Matthew Todd Sims. Yeah, that's my story. I'll go have a celebration beer for the life that he lived that was so productive and carefree. There you go. And that ruined my day. Show me that you're still alive. It would ruin my day. It would definitely ruin my day if I found out that he was still alive. All he's got to do is post something on his channel. Something, just type in on his channel, I'm still here, you bastards. You didn't get rid of me yet. Something. Ruin my day, snappity snaps. Come on. Ruin my day. I dare you. Can you tell me in the lurker section you got any dirt? Funny, I get a text message from somebody. No offense to you, whoever you are. You'll know if you're watching. I get a text message from somebody who's like, I hear rumors that Snaps passed away. And I said, it's only true if I read an obituary. Or it's only rumors and not true until I read his obituary. And I meant it. Because everybody who dies gets an obituary, whether it says one thing or a bunch of stuff. And he's got family members that care about him. So they're definitely gonna be posting it. Even if he's found dead somewhere in the alley and whatnot, even if nobody claims his body, they will put a notice in the paper for an obituary. As long as they know who he is, I'm sure they'll definitely know who he is. But I'm sure I'll get lots of people going, wait for poor old Snappy Snap to die. It's just cold-hearted of you. Can't believe that any of us would ever support you, bad face apple. All right, y'all. Time to roll out. Appreciate you for being here. Until the next time, we'll catch you on flip side. Like Chuck Rury said, I won't be back in 2 and 2. Well, he said he would be. But I won't be back in 2 and 2.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane. Making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous. But I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker